Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing a recipe of just a simple breakfast with scrambled eggs, pancakes and some cheese grillers. I hope you enjoy this and my content in general. Please do subscribe and give me comments on what you think I should do and whether or not I'm in the right direction. I'd love to interact with you guys. Thanks for joining me and let's enjoy. Okay, so I just included the guide to the ingredients. It's categorized into the pancake ingredients, the scrambled eggs ingredients, and then just a little note that the sausage I used was a cheese griller. However, you can use any sausage you do prefer for breakfast. I mean, it shouldn't be a strict thing really in that regard. And you'll see my scrambled eggs has a bit of surprising ingredients. I hope you like it. Okay, we start off with the pancakes. This is ballpark, but I used about half a cup of cake flour. Then I'm using brown sugar, about 1.5 spoons of brown sugar. Baking powder, I would say half a teaspoon. Then we have nutmeg. Literally just like I would say a pinch of nutmeg. Nutmeg is very good for baking. You won't necessarily outright taste it, but you'll miss it if it's not there. About the same amount, like 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm just mixing my dry ingredients here. If you have a sieve, you should sift your dry ingredients. It always makes your pancakes much fluffier. Using 1 egg and milk. So I'm ballparking it, but at the end I used about half a cup of milk. I love using a whisk for my pancakes. I just find it helps make them fluffier. So there I am doing it, and that's so much quicker. You see, it's like such a quick process. And once you're done with this part, you're done. And pancakes are this easy. So the consistency, I like it to be a bit thicker than most, and the reason for that is I make flapjack style pancakes, not necessarily those very flat crepe ones. So for the pancakes, I love using butter. I'm using salted butter here, and you'll notice I did not use salt in my mixture ingredients, and the reason for that is if I'm using salted butter and I'm gonna be having my pancakes in this, if I had salt in there, I just think it would be overkill. So that's the only reason I didn't add salt. Otherwise, you would definitely add like a pinch of salt on your recipe, because it will be a bit bland without salt. So you'll see I'm just doing the one only at a time, and the reason for it at this stage is because I don't have like those egg rings to manage the size of my pancakes. So if you had added the 2 at the same time, they would merge and form amoeba-like shapes, which we don't want. So it's just my way of trying to control the individuality of the pancakes. Does take a bit longer, which is unfortunate. So only now that I've flipped it can I introduce the next pancake into my pan. You'll see it's actually so much better if you are able to be patient and do one pancake at a time, because now this is forming, it's basically becoming out of shape, and I'm using my spatula to try and keep it a decent round shape. This does affect the way your pancakes look at the end, but I just think it would look worse if it was looking oval. So I'm this girl, it's a bit extra, but I just think then I'm more in control. So the way you know that your pancakes are done, especially the first side, because I feel that's the hardest side to be in control of, is when it becomes, so the top of the pancake becomes quite matte and you can see the bubbling through the top. For me, that's a sign that I should be able to flip, as in the bottom side has solidified and it won't break apart if you raise it with a spatula. You'll see I didn't. Another thing is, actually, butter is a very good thing to use for pancakes. I feel it definitely helps with them not sticking. It is just built for that. So when my first pancake is ready, I just get rid of it and I put it on a plate that's lined with a paper towel. The reason for that is it's really still hot, so I don't want it to have vapor underneath and then become a bit wet and soggy. So that's what I just do just for now while they're still a bit hot. Okay, so you just create your own assembly line. Like I said, this is a serving for one person, so for me this is it, just 3 of these. You'll see this one is quite a mess, which is unfortunate, but I think I did this, and I'm showing this to you guys because it's very important to note that with pancakes, especially when you've just added the batter, you can still control quite a bit. I know it looks really ugly now, but when you flip it, it hardly looks, doesn't look that bad after all. So that's why I feel you still have control and you shouldn't be scared to fix things while the batter's wet if you need to. I mean, these are going to be a bit rustic, but I'd rather have a rustic round pancake than an oval perfect one, if you get what I mean. So I'm the worst at this because I literally am the least patient person you'll meet. So you'll find, but like it happens a lot that if I'm doing quite a few for a couple of people, then I definitely always have one that's burnt. The reason for that is I want to multitask. I want to be doing other things, so I'll go off and start doing something else and then I'll burn it. But it really needs you to watch it very closely. You see this is quite a bit of color on it, but it's not actually burnt, so I'm happy about that. So we wait just a few more minutes for the side underneath to be fully cooked. Okay, should be ready, and that's perfect. We're done. Now we move on to my scrambled eggs. I sliced a quarter of an onion and I am frying that in very little oil. Very thinly sliced because you don't want it to be too crunchy within the egg. Just stir that around a little, wait for it to be a bit translucent and ready for the next step. I honestly think this step just elevates these eggs. So something I'll do all the time, but I just think it's really nice for today. And I use like a handful of spinach leaves that I also sliced very thinly. And I did this mainly for color, but I think also for taste. It'll add dimension to my eggs. So I love seasoning my onions in general, but now especially since there's like the spinach in there, I seasoned with salt and pepper. The salt actually helps retain the color of the spinach, which is a nice tip to remember. So for my eggs, I just had 2 eggs. I always use just a bit of milk, about 2 tablespoons when I'm doing scrambled eggs. I find it makes my eggs much softer. Of course, people have different ways of doing it. So I watch them very closely and I taste, because I only seasoned way before. And they were perfect. While I'm doing this, I just want to say that also you must know obviously how you like your eggs. For instance, I love my eggs to be still a bit creamy and soft. I think I actually went over with these ones, but they're not as bad. I can't stand overcooked eggs, oh my god. Like, I feel like they ruined something that would have been really nice. There's the end product. I didn't really focus on the sausage because, I mean, it's just sausage. You do it however you prefer it. Although I would never recommend cutting a cheese griller. I learned that today. Thank you guys, that's it. And you can do all the lovely things like follow me on Insta, subscribe to this page, like, comment, share your feedback. Thanks.